For the 12th time in Universe Mode history, the superstars of NXT come together to showcase their skills on the big stage as the best of the best step up as every title is on the line. Our champions will be tested. Our challengers are looking to create their own path to greatness. Tonight, it is NXT Takeover. My name is BrendenPlayz. Welcome to Universe Mode, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going to be a massive night tonight with all titles up for grabs, including the NXT Championship and a Fatal 4-Way. Tonight will be a special one indeed. Well, we're going to get things underway here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with the Tag Team Championships on the line. The War Raiders are on their way to the ring. Hanson and Rowe are on their way to the ring to face the Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. The War Raiders yet to be defeated here in Universe Mode. Nobody has been able to stop them. They have been so impressive. In fact, they just don't even look like taking an L at this point in time. And they're going to have to rely on the fact that they have been nearly unstoppable to win here tonight. The War Raiders, they are ultra impressive. They are exciting as ever, and they are such a treat and joy to watch. But here's the deal. They come up against some of the toughest guys here in Universe Mode in the Undisputed Era. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, the Undisputed Era have been basically unstoppable themselves. Just 2 losses in their history in Universe Mode. That puts them at 87% of their matches they have won as a team. They are the best of the best. In fact, you can nearly make a case that they might be the best tag team in the WWE. That's how impressive they are. That's how dominant they have been here in NXT. So many teams have stepped up, and so many teams have fallen in their hopes to try and take down this unbelievable duo. Well, Bobby Fish on your left, Kyle O'Reilly on the right. You can see the swagger and the confidence that they walk to the ring with. And look, it's not arrogance if you can back it up. It's as simple as that. When you beat everyone that's come across you, yeah, you can have a bit of confidence. You can be a little bit arrogant. I don't mind. You got to back it up in the ring, and they do that every single time. But is tonight the night? They're coming up against perhaps their toughest challenge to date. The War Raiders, they are 2 Vikings. They are 2 tough men. They are 2 guys that when they get in the ring, you're in for a whole nother experience. You got Hanson, who's a big son of a gun. Rowe has got the ability to do it all in the ring. He can be any style that you want him to be. He can enforce that. And he can really test you with every ounce of skill you've got. Rowe will be able to match up with you. So you've got this incredible duo of the War Raiders. They're hard-hitting. They are as tough as nails. So when you come up against them, it is a bit of a shock. That's why they have been undefeated. That's why they were so successful overseas before coming to NXT. This is a team that is the real deal. As we're about to get things underway here hang on a sec. Hanson wants the first shot. Rowe says, hey, I want a chance. Give me the first one. And Rowe says, okay. Well, not a great start, I've got to say. Both guys want to get in there and get their hands on Kyle O'Reilly or Bobby Fish to start things off. It will be O'Reilly here. But the War Raiders with the, questionable start there. You can't blame them. Obviously they're excited to get in here. This is their first opportunity to the Tag Team Championships here in Universe Mode, and they'd love to make it a victory. And the War Raiders with a realistic opportunity of taking the prize here, going all the way and capturing the championships. They have had the record to back it up. They became the #1 contenders when they got through the Street Profits. And now this is a big opportunity for them to prove that they truly are the real deal. But I gotta say, it may be a little bit early for the War Raiders to be in this position. Not a lot of experience here in NXT, not a lot of matches behind them. So are they truly prepared? Are they truly ready for this matchup? As a gut wrench into the suplex there. Nicely executed there from Rowe, and he's trying to prove that yes, they are ready. And he's wrapping up O'Reilly early on and working away on the arm. Well, we said he can really execute any style. He can hit you hard, but he can also get you down the mat and wrestle you as good as anyone. And that's why he is very dangerous in this matchup. Now using the power game with a belly-to-belly suplex. This is what you want to see from the War Raiders. If they are to win here tonight, they need to throw the Undisputed Era around the ring. Let's face it, O'Reilly and Fish don't have the size. You know, when you're coming up against a big man like Hanson who's going to come into the ring here, he's going to eat you alive as he picks him up and drills him into the canvas. Early cover here, could be all here. As the hook of the leg, and no. And Hanson doing a good job getting the tag and making sure that the War Raiders keep their momentum. And now, this is going to be a big experience here for the Undisputed Era. And it will not be an easy one whatsoever. The Undisputed Era, no doubt about it, they're a tremendous team. And they have proven that they are the big dogs in town for the better part of a year, really. Ever since they burst on the scene, nobody's been able to stop them. They have just gone through everyone in their way. But have they finally met their match? And as now Bobby Fish enters this matchup for the first time. Oh, there's a whack to the side of the face. How about some of that? And now the crossbody. Didn't get a lot of momentum behind it, but he's a big man. I don't think he could have got much behind it anyways, but he did what he could to fly through the air, take down a Fish, but a single leg takedown of Bobby Fish back into this thing here. As he should be fresh, hasn't been there for too much time yet, but you can easily have the life taken out of you in a matter of moments when you're coming up against a guy like Hanson, who he is just a freak. Let's put it bluntly. He's a freak. You know, he can fly off the top of the rope. He can move quickly. He's got it all. He's got the power game, but then he's so agile at the same time. There's an example of the power. You don't really know how to set a game plan for him. How can you plan for a guy like that when he can just, jump off the top, do a moonsault if he wants to, hit you with a big splash? He might even be able to springboard off the ropes. We don't even know what this guy, can do. The limits, the sky's the limit for this guy as he tags in row. And Hanson, he's just ultra talented. And the Undisputed Era, they've got to be prepared here tonight. They are just getting ragdolled at the moment. They're getting tossed around for fun. Well, is it going to be like taking candy from a little kid right now? Because you got two big men coming here to take over tonight, looking to take the tag titles from the Undisputed Era, who are offering little to no offense right now. They can't even get into this matchup here. But we know the deeper this match goes, of course, it's going to favor the Undisputed Era, no doubt. There's more knees now been applied here by Rowe, over and over and over. He's just executing these knees right into the lower back of Bobby Fish. Not done yet. More and more coming. Oh my goodness, just dropping the knee over and over. Fish has got to get a hold of those ropes and hang on to them for dear life. Oh no, he's just dragged him in the middle of the ring and he says, you know what, let's have a few more. It's a knee-a-thon right now. And now, finally, he might look for something. How many did he hit? Was it 10? Got to be close. Now the shot to the midsection by Rowe. Countering back as Fish is trying his best to shut down this offense. Not going to work just yet, though, as you're going to have to do a little bit more, but a snap man may do the job. Oh, my. It's immediately straight to his feet. Immediately up to his feet, but Fish has got him in the corner. Now the tag team work might come into play as a double team, head first, now O'Reilly! Unbelievable from the Undisputed Era. Rowe, head first, then Smackdown onto his back, and now the ankle lock. Hanson begging for him to get to the corner. Won't be the case though. And now Rowe, what a right. The ankle lock, even if it's applied for 10 seconds or less, it will hurt. It will take away your ability to move around the ring, and it takes away any of that agility, that mobility. And O'Reilly realizing that. So despite the fact perhaps he didn't get the win, will it play a bit of a part on Rowe long term with this one? And now Rowe, he's got O'Reilly towards the center of the ring. This is where he wants him. Fish wants the tag. It ain't going to happen. The right hand just bulldozing him over. It's a brick wall that actually moves and runs you over. It is like a giant truck just driving straight over the top of you. It's as hard hitting as it comes, and there's not a lot you can really do if you're Kyle O'Reilly right now other than tag your partner in. But let's be honest, Bobby Fish wasn't exactly setting the world on fire either when he had his opening stint. Adam Cole, their leader, getting ready for his fatal four-way clash later on tonight. EC3, Andrade, and Lars Sullivan will be the 3 opponents he's got. As, oh, hang on, Bobby Fish gets in the ring. Right hand there for good measure. How's some of that? And now, lining him up. Rowe, looking to put O'Reilly away. No, shrugs him off. And a right hand. Ooh. And now, O'Reilly gets him in the corner. Bobby Fish not even looking at his opponent right now. He's having a look at the crowd. And now, these 2 men are going to put things away. The kick, and now the brain buster as well to follow it up. That's got to be all, but Bobby Fish is wasting time. The Undisputed Era have got this match won. Got to try and do something here. What a clothesline. They've got to do more. They've got to try and put this one away. But now the tag's been made. And oh no. Oh my goodness, the big man using his weight, applying it all right on top of Bobby Fish, and you're not getting up from that. It is like a sumo squishing the life out of you when Hansen does that. Well, judging from the size of Hansen, he doesn't mind a big plate or two, and tonight his plate was served up to capacity, and he has stepped up and has been able to shut down the offense of the Undisputed Era with his tag team partner. And right now, the War Raiders are certainly on their way to winning the tag team titles right now. Bobby Fish has got nothing at the moment. Has perhaps the longevity of this excellent reign from the Undisputed Era. Have they got anything left in the tank? Because right now, they need to find it. They have beaten the best of the best, everyone who's come in their way. And right now, that could be about to end. If they've got anything left in the tank, now they better find it. The big roundhouse kick. Now the right hand from Hansen. Fish is wobbling. Spinebuster. Bobby Fish hanging on for dear life. Crawling to the ropes won't help you. Hansen lines him up. Picks him up with the shoulders. And now looks to drive him head first into the canvas. The War Raiders. It has been a mighty experience for them tonight. Will this be one they'll never forget? They have done it. They are the new tag team champions. The unbelievable reign, the incredible reign of the Undisputed Era has finally come to an end. And is this a sign of what is to come later on tonight for Adam Cole? The Undisputed Era finally lose the tag titles, and the War Raiders remain undefeated, and they put some gold around their waist at the same time. What a performance. The Undisputed Era just never had a chance. Whenever offense was coming their way, they would make a bad mistake, or the War Raiders would just keep on finding a way to counter it. And now, we have new tag team champions. These 2 men now run this division. They are on the top of their games. And I don't know if there's any team right now in NXT that have the ability to stop these 2 behemoths. What an experience tonight for these 2. They walk out as the NXT Tag Team Champions. On to our next match, ladies and gentlemen. It's a one-on-one matchup, and the one and only Ricochet will be in action. One of the most exciting competitors in NXT, and of course, he's a part of the Cruiserweight division. Ricochet will face Ali. One-on-one here tonight. Mustafa Ali, Ricochet will battle it out in what will be a match that you just can't look away from. You just never know what these 2 men will produce next. 2 of the most exciting competitors you'll see. Ricochet, though, here's the big point that I'm going to make right now. Ricochet, he's had all the hype, he's had all the expectation, and he has failed to live up to it. Just 3 wins for Ricochet, 9 losses. 25% win ratio at the moment. That's simply not good enough from this man. He needs to do better, With all the hype and expectation around him, the big contract that he was given to come to NXT, with all the other companies around the world all trying to get his signature, Ricochet, given a large deal to come to NXT, just has simply not lived up to expectations. And that's partly due to this man, Ali. Mustafa Ali has come here to NXT and I think has surprised all of us when he did defeat Ricochet one-on-one, and that was probably about a month or so ago now. And then, of course, another interaction between the two in a Battle Royal match to determine the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. Mustafa able to eliminate Ricochet in that match. And not only did he get him once in the singles, now he's got him twice in the Battle Royal. Ricochet, well, you just feel as though he can't progress any further, knowing that Ali has got the better of him two different occasions. Ricochet really needs this win tonight. If he's going to truly live up to expectations, if he is going to enter the discussion of potentially being the next Cruiserweight Champion, well, he has to beat Ali tonight. It's as simple as that. Mustafa Ali, 40% win ratio, so slightly better than Ricochet, not amazing himself, but we're starting to see a new Mustafa Ali over the last month or so. Ever since he did get that, I would say, a fluke victory over Ricochet. I've got to say it was an upset, and as far as I'm concerned, it was a fluke. I don't think anybody expected him to win that one, but he did. So you'd have to believe that, Ali has gained so much newfound confidence out of that victory, and now Ali, I think, feels as though he can be a player in this Cruiserweight division. And I think if we look at the top Cruiserweights right now in the division, you look at, obviously, the champion, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso, Ciampa, the #1 contender. Then it might be, at the moment, Mustafa Ali and Ricochet. So, four of the best Cruiserweights on display here tonight. Ciampa and Gargano will face each other one-on-one to determine the Cruiserweight champion later on. And now, perhaps the next two men in line for the championship are in this matchup right now. And the winner of this one may just be the next man in line for a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity as Ricochet ducks down, now goes over the top. Ricochet, finds a big boot right there to Ali. This is it for Ricochet, as I said. You can't get a big money deal and just be a major disappointment. When you get a contract like the Ricochet did, when you get the hype and expectation that Ricochet has been given, because of the back, hype doesn't just come from nothing. Hype comes from the fact that Ricochet has had success overseas. He has been brilliant. He has lit it up wherever he has gone. So when people think of Ricochet here in NXT, they think of the fact that Ricochet may be the best Cruiserweight. He may be the most exciting wrestler here in NXT. And so with this expectation surrounding Ricochet and the fact that he hasn't been able to do anything with it, you have to categorize it as a mega disappointment. And that is a lot of expectation, a lot of pressure on Ricochet tonight that he comes out and performs here. Because if another loss takes place for Ricochet in this match, well, you might say that Ricochet's career might as well nearly be over. Because I don't know how he bounces back from this. If he loses tonight, leaping up for the cutter there, takes down Ali. Now trying to get this crowd to rally behind him. Ali back to his feet now as Ricochet perhaps wasting some time. And Ricochet landed down there harshly on the back of his head thanks to Ali drilling him into the canvas with inverted DDT, modified version of it as well. Now continue the offense on the ground. And as for Ali, well, he's already got the better of Ricochet twice. Nobody really had expectations surrounding Ali or any thought that he could beat Ricochet in their first couple of interactions. Now for Ali, all of a sudden there is a bit of hype surrounding Ali when he had, to be honest, he had zero. Ali was a guy that really had proven nothing here in NXT. Now, beaten Ricochet twice, gotten better of him on two different occasions. Now, all of a sudden, people are talking about Mustafa Ali. Now, all of a sudden, people are starting to talk about Ali as a potential #1 contender, potential Cruiserweight champion. So can he overcome the pressure tonight, or will he buckle underneath it? That's going to be a big question he needs to answer tonight. In the corner goes Ali. Ricochet, crossbody, and had a chance to leap over the top. Ali caught him out with the right hand instead, and Ali ducking underneath, over the top. Ali, no, doesn't have any ammunition left there and has to reload because he couldn't find anything right there as Ali with a Hurricane Runner this time able to produce something. Well, two of the most exciting men right now we've got here in NXT, and you know, we talk about the Cruiserweight division. There is no ceiling on these two men. If they want to go for the NXT Championship that we'll see defended later on tonight, I've got no doubt in my mind they will succeed in going to do so. But consistency has been the issue. Both guys don't have a big win record. They don't have all the wins in the world to really show for their promise, to show for their potential. That's why every match is crucial, and this is a big opportunity. Ali's first one-on-one takeover match. Needs to try and stay alive. He does. Ricochet's had an opportunity for the Cruiserweight title in the past in a triple threat. He did lose on that occasion, of course. Now Ricochet looking to go to the top. Will he be able to put this one to bed? Ricochet! Through the sky! He flies! Lands down on Mustafa Ali! But Ali not having any of it. Still alive in this match. Ricochet over the top and just bowled over there. He's in a bit of a bundle of heap outside the ring. Not a lot of movement from Ricochet at the moment. He's just maybe struggling a little bit after landing off the top of the rope. You know, that's the thing that a lot of us don't really consider as an enziguri. When you jump off the top of the rope, you land. You know, you've got that force and gravity. It's a harsh thing. It's a harsh reality. When you come off the top, you got to land down on your opponent, and even though your opponent takes the brunt of the force, when you come down, it's still going to affect you. And Ricochet looking a step slower since coming off the top of the rope right now. And Ali trying to draw on this fans' support right now. The fans are pretty split between the two. Ali's gained a much bigger following since defeating Ricochet. You've got to say, in their first matchup, the fans didn't quite have all the interest in the world in Ali, and I've got to be honest, there would be no reason to have any interest in Mustafa Ali. He hadn't proved anything. He hadn't done anything to gain any fan support, to gain any fan attention as a driver there of the head. Now you beat Ricochet, all of a sudden people have some belief in you, and you gain a few extra fans, and you're trying to help get Ali through this difficult situation. Ricochet with a shot to the midsection. Ali goes down. And Ali, he can't afford to go down that easily. He's got to stay on his feet. Because we know when Ricochet has got his opponents down flat in their back, well, he's going to fly. He's going to jump off the top. He's going to do something big. Ali already knows from earlier experience in this match. Ricochet, big try for an enziguri. He missed, and he gets caught to the outside because of it. A clothesline. Down goes Ricochet, and Ali has a big opportunity here now. Well, he's got Ricochet down. Will he look to fly? He's going to try and tell Ricochet to get back in the ring. If I'm Ali, I'm coming out there. Don't waste time, because Ricochet, well, that's one way to get back to your feet. Ricochet back up now, and connects with a boot right to the face, crushing him. And now this could be all for Mustafa Ali if he's not careful. Ricochet with a real opportunity to throw his opponent back in the ring and take this W. A win that has been very difficult to come by for him, especially when it comes up against Mustafa. Ali's got his man in the corner now, and Ali gonna get him up to the top here. Ricochet not moving an inch at the moment. Ali wasting time. Ricochet with a kick. Ali wasted too much time. Now Ricochet has him up on the shoulders. There's a big knockout kick. Ali is down. Ricochet may win the match here. The hook of the leg. Ricochet to finally beat his rival. No. This match is everything to Ricochet. It's not just about getting a win. It's about silencing any critics like myself as Ricochet. Ali lands harshly down the shoulders. Ricochet. He gets ready. He's set. And here we go. The 630 onto Ali. Trouble for Ali. Has he got anything left? No. Ricochet gets the 1, 2, 3. And Ali has been defeated. Finally. Look at the relief on that man's face. He's finally beaten Ali. And now, well, I like that. A show of respect from two great competitors. Ricochet moves up one step ahead of Ali in the Cruiserweight ranks. Adam, tonight might be the most difficult night in your career here in NXT. You defend your championship against 3 other men. What is your strategy? What is your game plan for this matchup? You know, before we get into that, I want to say something right now tonight. This is ridiculous. I should not have to defend my championship in a fatal 4-way match. I have proven time and time again that I am the best champion that NXT has ever had. I have proven that I can beat anybody one-on-one on any given occasion. Why do I have to prove that I can beat 3 guys at the same time? Why is that fair on me? How is that fair on me? And as far as I'm concerned, now General Manager Shawn Michaels has got a problem with me, and he's too afraid to admit it. I think Shawn Michaels is jealous of me. I think Shawn Michaels sees himself in me, because I'm not just great, I can back it up in the ring. I know I'm the best, and Shawn Michaels, he knows he can't do it anymore, so he's trying to take out that jealousy on me and have 3 other guys step inside the ring tonight to try and take this title from me. I've earned this championship. I have beaten everyone that's come my way. There is nobody in NXT that can beat me one-on-one. No one. So tonight it is a fatal 4-way match, which makes everything different. So I'm not just going to try and win a one-on-one match, I'm trying to beat 3 guys at the same time. But here's the thing about fatal 4-ways, you don't need to beat 3 guys, you only need to beat 1. And when it comes to beating guys one-on-one, I am the best of the best. Nobody can beat me, so I'm going to wait for the right time, the right place, and make the right move to make sure that I walk out of NXT Takeover tonight still the NXT champion. Well, fired up Adam Cole, no surprise that he's fired up being in a big match here tonight, but a little surprised that he took some shots at our General Manager Shawn Michaels, clearly unhappy that he is in this match here tonight. And, well, he even said that Michaels is jealous of him, that, you know, Adam Cole probably believes he is better than Shawn Michaels, which, that is a big, big call. I don't know if I'd be willing to make that one at all. Well, here we go. Our Women's Championship will be on the line next. Kairi Sane on her way to the ring. Well, she is the Pirate Princess, and we will see her in action in a moment's time against Shayna Baszler. Big match for Kairi Sane, winning a #1 Contenders match a few weeks ago to earn the spot here tonight. We've seen her progression, we've seen her development over the last couple of months in particular, and she certainly is on the rise as a potential Women's Championship contender. She's now become a contender, and now the question will be, can she become a champion? It's one thing to be a contender. It's one thing to be, you know, in and around the championship and getting opportunities, but it's another thing to actually win the championship and hang on to that title. When we think of a champion, you definitely think of Shayna Baszler. She has been a champion and has been a woman that has nearly been unbeatable at times. When she's on her game, nobody can stop her. Just ask Peyton Royce. Shayna Baszler has been champion for a little bit of time now, and well, I'm sure she would love to hang on to the championship here tonight. Shayna, though, one thing I will say, still lacks a bit of experience. While she's got the MMA background, when it comes to competing here in NXT, she does lack some experience. But only 2 losses to her name, 7 victories. Clearly, she's got everything she needs to be a champion in terms of all the assets about her in-ring game. Well, her journey here went through, of course, Bianca Belair defeating Belair, then moving into the championship picture, having to get through Billie Kay, and of course dealing with Peyton Royce as well. Now, Kairi Sane's up next. Can Shayna defeat Kairi Sane, a woman who's had a plethora of experience over in Japan, now coming to NXT? You'd have to feel as though Kairi Sane's been in a big match situation many a time. And when it comes to Kairi, it probably might even give her the edge on a lot of different key areas. She's got the high-flying game that Shayna literally has none of. And the technical game, you'd probably give that to Shayna considering her MMA background. The toughness, Shayna, maybe even the power game. But Kairi, I think when the going gets tough, she's got that will to win. She's got that resilience that I don't believe Shayna has. I think if Shayna was ever in a bit of trouble early on in a match, I don't know if Shayna would have what it takes to come back and find a way to win. Whereas Kairi Sane, she is scrappy. She'll do whatever it takes. She's able to come back from difficult situations, difficult scenarios, and find the will to win. And that's what I like out of Kairi Sane. That's what she's going to need tonight, because every time Shayna Baszler hits you, it is going to be a hard-hitting affair. As Shayna, that is the ultimate way to start if you're Shayna Baszler. Pick your opponent up, slam her straight into the canvas, not once but twice, and just let her know who's boss. She's the champion for a reason. And Shayna is coming up against a very, very difficult opponent. big match situation. Shayna is starting to gain some experience in these scenarios, but still, you have to say, relatively new to it. Still has a lot to prove, as Sane, I think, has all the tools, in my opinion, to not only just be champion, but be a great champion. You know, it's one thing to be a champion at the same time. You know, you've got to be able to go long periods of time at the top of your game, night in, night out, no matter what situation, no matter if you wake up in a bad mood, you're not feeling your best, it does not matter. You know, NXT does not sleep on your emotions. It doesn't care about how you feel that day. You know, if you don't get yourself up and do it all and get the job done, that's on you. This is not a team sport. At the end of the day, you don't have anyone else to rely on. When you're the singles champion, when you are the women's champion, it's all on you. And so when you are a champion, you have to try and find the motivation to keep on going, to get back up on your feet and do it all again the next night, even after a hard-fought match. You've got to keep on going, and some people can do it, some people cannot. And tonight we're going to find out whether Shayna Baszler is capable of doing it or not. We know Adam Cole can do it. He's in action later on. He's defending his championship once again. He's been champion, well, coming on about 6 months now, so he's had a hell of a reign. He's one guy that you certainly can look at as a great champion. Despite whether the fact he wins by hook or by crook, it does not matter. He gets the job done. He gets the victories no matter what he needs to do. Shayna, this is her big test. Can she win no matter what is thrown at her here tonight? She's coming up against Sane. Not a lot of footage to really show of Sane here in NXT. Only a handful of matches we've shown here in NXT of Sane, but what we have shown of her, we've been very impressed. That elbow drop off the top is some of the... It might be the most beautiful move you'll ever see. And Sane hits it, and doesn't just look nice, it is very effective. When you get hit right on the heart with an elbow drop at that force by Sane, you're done. It's as simple as that. Your night is over. As, takedown there by Shayna Baszler, trying to spear her opponent off her feet. More of a takedown than a spear, so to say, from Shayna. Trying to keep her opponent off her feet. And if I'm Kairi, this is what I want to do. Head to the top and hit your best move ASAP. Kairi, moonsault! That's what I want to see from Sane. Don't try and out-wrestle Shayna. Get her down on her back and fly through the air and land down on top of her. That's the way to go if you're Sane. Quicken the pace, keep that agility up, and be willing to make the high-risk maneuver come into fruition. Shayna Baszler now gets met with a jawbreaker as Sane, both women back to their feet in the middle of the ring. Sane has an opportunity to try and grab a hold of this match and really dictate the terms of it right now, as Shayna's down in the middle of the ring again. And this will be a big, interesting, little period of time, this match. How will Sane approach it? We already saw her go off the top. Will she look to do that again? What type of tendencies are we going to see from Sane here tonight? Judging from what we've seen in the past, yes, she will look to fly, but I think at times she might try and maybe look for a submission maneuver. But I don't know if that's the wisest move to make. I don't know if you're going to beat Shayna with a submission. As both women looking to do something at the same time. Shayna went up, Kairi went down, and that is both women trying to get the one up on one another. And this time Kairi hits a suplex and gets Shayna down. Well, look, it's not a tag team match. You don't have to communicate with your opponent. It's all about just beating your opponent. Sometimes you're both going to have something in mind and it ain't going to connect. But it's what happens next. And that's exactly what we saw from Sane. Getting back up despite the miss, executing the suplex. And now Shayna will wrap up Kairi on the top of the rope there. Still to come later on tonight, we're going to see the Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. We're also going to see two superstars try and earn themselves a contract. It's a traditional match now in NXT Takeover. It is the old win the match, you get yourself a contract. It is an NXT Tryout matchup, and we'll see it later on tonight. And of course, our fatal four-way match. You won't want to miss that. Plenty more here to come as well. There's a Statman takedown on Shayna, and the side headlock applied. So just going to choke down Shayna and just trying to wear her down a little bit. Shayna, she's so dominant that I think majority of the time she does finish off her opponents relatively quickly. So there may be a small little question about her stamina. I know she's in tremendous shape. She is ready to go, but It's a different thing about, being in ring shape. When you go 15, 20 minutes in a match, it's a lot different to being able to run for 20 minutes on a treadmill. You've got to be able to, get your offense in, defend, do it all, whilst moving very, very quickly, and whilst trying to, stop your opponent from beating you. Your mind's racing, your body is fighting for air. There's all these different factors about being in ring shape, and Shayna hasn't really had to prove that she can go the distance after some relatively pretty comfortable victories here on the big stage of TakeOver in the past. Shayna with a shot there, and that takes Kairi Sane off her feet right now. Shayna has a hold of Kairi Sane again, and she'll get it into the corner. Heads colliding now, right into the turnbuckle padding. Shayna Baszler working away on Kairi Sane over and over and over. But right there might be a sign of Shayna just struggling a touch, dropping to one knee. It gets a 2 count. It doesn't matter if you're out of gas. If your opponent is down and not moving, you've got plenty of time to recover. That's probably the thought process right now for Shayna. Kairi up top. And Shayna gets her in the tree of woe. Oh, you don't want to be here. And the boot. Oh, just choking right into the throat there. Just really punishing Kairi Sane at the moment. And Kairi Sane, we talk about how difficult it is to be a champion. It is difficult to be a contender right now in the women's division. So many newcomers right now here in NXT. And Kairi Sane's been able to soar above the rest of them. And she has proven to be the best. So this is a real opportunity that Kairi Sane must take seriously. She may not get another one for a while, as now she's in trouble. Shayna looking for a superplex. We'll get it. Shayna Baszler. Can she find the cover? Can she capitalize? Shayna gets her back up. What she got planned now? I think she had Kairi Sane beat, to be honest. A counter there by Kairi. Well, Shayna, she's missed an opportunity there. She had Kairi Sane down after the superplex. I think she had a beat. Kairi Sane was a little bit ginger, still moving quite slowly, clearly not at her best, and maybe about to capitalize on Shayna's mistakes. She's marching towards the corner, and will slide into the elbow. Shayna Baszler's in trouble now. Kairi Sane, did she make a mistake? I think she should have gone for the elbow there off the top. She's missed out. And now Kairi Sane will grab a hold of Shayna Baszler, work away on the elbow. Once again, I don't know about this strategy. Trying to out-wrestle, being more technical with Shayna Baszler, I just don't think that's the way to go. And again, the submission. I don't know. I think Shayna, she's going to find a way to break this, and she does. That's the thing. You're trying to get your opponent down on the canvas and make a tap out when you're coming up against someone who has the technical and submission or prowess that Shayna Baszler has. Kairi Sane's kind of just walking into a bit of a trap. She's playing the game that Shayna Baszler wants her to play, and at the moment, she's paying the price. Shayna working away on the arm at the moment. Kairi Sane, who's trying to stay in this matchup at the moment, she's gone from being hero to zero. Let's be real. Shayna Baszler, she's not the most gifted in-ring performer you'll ever meet, but she is someone that hits you hard, and she is tough as it gets. And when you've got an opening to beat her, you've got to take it. And Shayna Baszler now, all of a sudden, is starting to dominate this match again. And if you're Kairi Sane, every time Shayna kicks you, it hurts more and more and more. And now Shayna looking for submission. Kairi Sane's in trouble. This has been a bad decision from Kairi. She's made a real mishap in her strategy, her game plan. I just don't think it was a smart decision. And Shayna could be on the verge of winning this matchup. Kairi Sane looking now to try and hang on. She can't. Try to grab onto the rope. Shayna Baszler suplexes her back inside the ring, and Kairi, this might be it for her, let's be honest. Single leg takedown. The last gasp of air. Can she try and capitalize? Kairi Sane, she's just got her game plan wrong. Will she look to go back to what makes her so great, and that's flying and soaring through the air? And now Kairi looking to march again. She's about to walk that plank. Now she's steamrolling her opponent in the corner with the elbow. Sliding through. Now, here we go. This is more like it. But what, she's turning around. Moonsault. Had a chance to hit the elbow. Didn't go for it. Now, will we see it? Will she fly through the air? She's there. She's set up. She's ready to go. Kairi Sane. Here we go. The insane elbow right to the heart of Shayna after the moonsault. But Shayna, oh my goodness, she kicked out with ease. What does Kairi do? Does she try it again? Shayna kicked out of the first one. Kairi, you gotta try again. Here we go. Insane elbow. Finds it once again. Tries this time. Will this work? Yes! Kairi Sane, the second time, the second elbow, grants her a victory. And we've got a new women's champion. Well, I've got to say, I wasn't confident, I wasn't sure. But Kairi Sane grabs the victory tonight. An incredible victory from Kairi. A tough win. Well, when Shayna kicked out of the insane elbow the first time, I thought that was it. There was no way. But Kairi, to her credit, she made the right decision. Instead of trying to maybe continue to work her down on the mat, try and maybe go for a submission, try that avenue, she said, no, I'm going to go for the insane elbow again, and she got it done. Well, we said, technically, she's not going to win. She's going to have to rely on her high-flying game to get the job done, and she did. She's picked up the win, and now Kairi Sane can officially say she is a champion, and she is the women's champion of NXT. Well done to Kairi Sane, congratulations, a massive victory, and I gotta say, that was an upset. Well done, Kairi, she is your new NXT Women's Champion. Championships are changing hands tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Will we see another one change hands when Johnny Gargano has to defend against one of the most sadistic members of the Cruiserweight division? This man is Tommaso Ciampa, and he challenges for the championship once again tonight. He is a former Cruiserweight champion. Himself and Johnny Gargano have been battling for months. He's been dealing with knee issues, an injury that kept him sidelined for a number of months. He is cleared up, he is ready to go, and tonight he challenges his rival, Johnny Gargano, for the Cruiserweight Championship. Can't wait for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Gargano has been a tremendous champion. You've got to like what he's been able to do here in NXT. A consistent performer every single time we see him in the ring. He's a man that you can trust. You know he is going to deliver on the big stage. Johnny Gargano has got the most wins out of anybody in NXT history. And with that being said, 72% win record. And on the big stage, he's almost flawless. He won the championship back in a triple threat match against Ciampa and Ricochet. Ricochet, we know the struggles he's had to get back to the top. We know Ciampa was injured. And now, Ciampa's back. Ricochet, he might be back in title contention soon. The winner of this one tonight may end up facing him down the line. But what we do know for right now is Tommaso Ciampa is focused. He is ready. He finally gets another opportunity. Look at the eyes of Ciampa. He is ready to go. And this is as big of an opportunity as he's got. Johnny Gargano, he's a man that you just don't want to mess with. We know that for a fact. And Johnny Gargano, he took it to Tommaso Ciampa recently on NXT. Ciampa, I'm not sure if he's going to be fully 100% coming into this matchup after what Gargano did. Getting in the Gargano escape and locking it in, not letting it go. And Ciampa was truly punished in that occasion. We are underway. Ciampa, oh, what a big start with a neck breaker. Flying through the air, landing straight back down On to Tommaso Ciampa, and what a great start by Gargano, the Cruiserweight Championship on the line. High-paced, high-flying action. That's what you can expect from these Cruiserweights, and that's what we're getting already in this one. Well, we saw a DIY reunion. Gargano and Ciampa forced to team up by our GM Shawn Michaels recently on NXT. They defeated Ricochet and Mustafa Ali in a tag team match, and after the matchup, well, this friendship was gone, even though it lasted all of 10 minutes perhaps. It was gone, it was over. And we touched on a moment ago, Gargano attacking Tommaso Ciampa. So these two both come into tonight with a victory under their belts. And you'd have to believe a bit of confidence going their way. You know, we mentioned before Johnny Gargano's win ratio of 72%. Tommaso Ciampa, 73%. So a touch better than Johnny Gargano. And Gargano, though, 26 wins in comparison to Tommaso Ciampa's 19 wins. So Johnny Gargano with a little bit more success over the course of time here in NXT compared to Ciampa. I mean, he's had some more matches to be fair to him, but at the moment, those stats don't matter at all because these two men, I think, are evenly matched. The numbers say the same, and it's going to be the best man taking away the championship tonight. Tommaso Ciampa, well, he's rocked early on. Johnny Gargano's come out very, very hot to begin with. Move after move after move after move. Probably knowing that Ciampa may be a little bit slow out of the gates after, you know, maybe being a little bit sore from what happened on NXT. And the best part about, you know, Gargano's plan is he probably knows that once Ciampa gets into his work, starts to shake a bit of the cobwebs, gets the limbs going, gets warmed up, gets things happening for himself, he'll get into the motions, the adrenaline will take over, and any type of soreness, any type of weakness that Gargano may have created on NXT will be gone. So Johnny Gargano doing he's got a great strategy right now. He's doing great work by just attacking Ciampa viciously early on, not allowing Ciampa to warm into this one. He might look to try and put him away early here before Ciampa can truly get going. Nice Hurricane Rana again as Tommaso, he's in a bad way right now. Johnny Gargano taunting him, wants him up. You know, we've looked at Johnny Gargano over the last 6+ months, and he has just been a savage when it comes to the championship. You know, he doesn't care about anyone when it comes to this title. He is going to do whatever it takes to hang on to it. And that's what makes him so vicious, what makes him so cruel. You know, he's a good guy. I deep down inside, Johnny Gargano is a great man. We know that. We know the fans love him, you know, for what he's been able to do, all the adversity, you know, able to get to this position after everything he's gone through in his career. You know, he's here. And now that he's here, he is doing everything in his power to stay at the top. He's not going to let anybody step in his way. And he is so committed to hanging on to that Cruiserweight Championship. Nice move there by Tommaso Ciampa. And finally, some offense there for the challenger. Yeah, Gargano, he'll do whatever it takes. He'll cheat, he'll hurt you, he'll attack you. And sometimes being champion brings out the worst in some people. And that's certainly the case in Johnny Gargano. You know, we used to think Tommaso Ciampa was a bad guy, but Ciampa, he looks like a pretty good guy in comparison to Johnny Gargano right now, and that's saying a lot. Tommaso Ciampa, he's actually gained quite a bit of fanfare out of this rivalry with Johnny Gargano because the fans have seen what Gargano is willing to do for that championship, and they're starting to gain a little bit more respect for Tommaso Ciampa, who hasn't gone that far. And saying that, though, is a German suplex. Maybe Ciampa needs to go that far if he wants to be champion, because Johnny Gargano is on a different level right now. Tommaso Ciampa, well, I've got to say, he's kind of getting a little bit embarrassed, getting outplayed, if you will. The smarts, the IQ of Johnny Gargano. Nice move there by Johnny again. The IQ of Johnny Gargano is brilliant. And normally we think of Tommaso Ciampa as a man that, you know, he's got the game plan to get a win, but Johnny Gargano's kind of really outplayed him in that regard. And every time Ciampa looks like he's on a high, Gargano's right there to bring him right back down to reality. Ciampa won a battle royal to get into this position, beating 7 of the best cruiserweights in the division. So very impressive by Tommaso Ciampa indeed. But still, a battle royal is quite different to winning a big singles match on Takeover, and Tommaso Ciampa hasn't been able to do that for a while now. As attempted clothesline, missing out there. And right now, you got to say it's all Johnny wrestling at the moment. He is really, really impressive, and Tommaso Ciampa is offering little to nothing at the moment. He's in he's in dire straits at the moment. He needs to figure out something, and soon. As he's tossed over the top, and yeah, he just went crumbling to the floor. Like a sack of potatoes, just landing to the outside of the ring. He's got to get something happening, because right now he's almost embarrassing. Yeah, Tommaso Ciampa, he's got to step up. I know he's coming back from a knee injury, but he's got to be ready for this. Because with Ricochet on the rise now, I don't know if Ciampa will get another shot. Here's some offense though. Oh, what a boot there from Tommaso Ciampa. A couple of boots before it, then he went for the big one, striking the side of the face. Here is the cover, but a kick out. Couldn't grab the leg, and that's a mistake. Tommaso Ciampa wants to be Cruiserweight champion. He can't afford to make those little errors. He's got to be perfect. He's got to be absolutely methodical in everything he does. And at the moment, small errors creeping into his game at the moment. Working away on the arm right now, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa trying to figure out what his next step is. What does he do next to potentially get Johnny Gargano down? Here is Ciampa! Here we go! The arm locked in! Wrenching it back! Tommaso Ciampa! Is he about to become Cruiserweight champion? Oh, Gargano with a great counter. The Blackheart Tommaso Ciampa nearly picking up the victory. A man that, well, doesn't have a care in the world for anybody. And is trying to win a championship. Trying to become a two-time Cruiserweight champion. Full Nelson slams him back down. Could be all, but Ciampa gets the hand on the rope, as you can see. Fingertips right there on the rope straight away. The referee had to call for the break. And now Gargano. This is what he did to him on NXT recently. The Gargano escape. Tommaso Ciampa. Has he figured out a way to escape it? He better learn quick. Locked in. And, well, Gargano lets it go. Was he losing the grip? Does he feel as though he's done enough? Is he going to go for the next big move? No, missing out. Ciampa with the counter. And Tommaso Ciampa. Oh! Beautiful German suplex again. This is Ciampa's moment now. Johnny Gargano's down. Ciampa finally has a chance to get himself into this match. Now wraps him up. Oh, what about the power of Tommaso Ciampa? He's been hitting the gym since he's been injured. He's gained quite a bit of muscle, and the power game has improved, but still not enough to put Johnny Gargano away. And now Ciampa lining him up. Can he find it? Here we go. Picks him up. Double knees into the back, and Johnny is on the ropes. Ciampa, will he try and go for the cover again, this time in the middle of the ring? Might be a good idea. Johnny Gargano down. Ciampa. Wait a second. He's got the feet on the ropes. Feet on the ropes. Referee, what are you doing? The referee has got his eyes painted on. He forgot his contact lenses because Ciampa's feet clearly on the ropes. What is he doing? The referee didn't see the feet. And Ciampa picks up the win. The double knee still had Gargano down. Probably would have kicked out, but Ciampa blatantly used the ropes and cheats his way to a Cruiserweight title win. Well, Gargano found the ropes originally, and Ciampa said, well, you want to find the ropes? I'm going to find them myself. Here it was, the double knees, and that's it. The Blackheart was going to get it done, but he put both feet on the ropes. He cheated his way to a win, and my goodness, Tommaso Ciampa has won back the Cruiserweight title. Can you believe it? Well, this referee, I mean, I hope he doesn't have a driver's license because he can't see anything in front of him. Ciampa wins back the championship. NXT Tryout Match. Here we go. What the hell? We're ready for a tryout match. Two men will fight for an opportunity to get a contract in NXT, and oh my goodness, Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP, has arrived. Well, it's not just for newcomers, this tryout match. A man in MVP we've yet to see in Universe Mode will make his Universe Mode debut tonight and will attempt to try and win himself a contract in NXT, and I'm sure he's more so trying to win himself a contract in the WWE. Montel Vontavious Porter, I can't believe it, but he is back. And I've got some bad news for you, sir. It is not going to be a pretty night for you indeed. His opponent is a man that may just hurt you and may cave your chest in badly. His name is Walter. He's the Austrian Nightmare. He is a man that if you come across in the ring, you better duck, you better hide, you better run for cover. The most deadliest chopper in the business is this man. MVP thought he was going to come back, beat some new kid, and win himself a contract. Well, tonight he is going to come back and face a dominant man in hopes that he can somehow secure his place back in the WWE. Well, he's here, MVP, with an opportunity of a lifetime to face Walter one-on-one. The winner earns themselves a contract and will be a part of the NXT brand going forward. A very exciting time indeed. I can't believe MVP is here, but I'm very excited to see him. He's been balling out, back in the independents now, working away there, and, well, he gets himself an opportunity as a belly-to-belly, able to get the bigger man down. Well, MVP's packed on a bit of size himself, and he's a veteran. 45 years of age now, MVP's been around for a long time, but let's be honest, MVP, he still looks like he can go pretty well. As now the neck breaker, nicely done. Hooks the leg, might be all here for MVP, no. Well, MVP, he's the most valuable player, obviously, that's what the MVP stands for in reality. He believes quite highly in himself. And, you know, we talk about it, you know, arrogance. It's not arrogance if you can back it up. MVP can certainly do that. We know he's a guy that had all the potential in the world to achieve everything, but just couldn't quite make that happen. But you never say never. Even at this age, even at this stage of his career, you never know. He might just be able to come back and find a way back in NXT, use NXT as an avenue to get himself back to the main roster. That would be incredibly exciting to see. Well, think about MVP, you know, he's got a purpose here. He could always be a young mentor, you know, a mentor to a young guy and, you know, try and maybe pick a tag partner and work with one of those. We've seen that work time and time again. You know, the mentor and the protege. But, look, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Walter is his opponent. Walter, he is just incredibly dominant, but MVP with an exploder suplex in the corner, showing a lot of fight right now. The thing about Walter is he does utilize his size to outmaneuver you. He does utilize his size to just, you know, dominate you. But MVP's got a bit of size about him. He's not too concerned. He's got, you know, might not have the height that Walter's got, but certainly packs on the pounds to match up with Walter at the moment. MVP has come here to certainly compete at the highest level tonight. He is ready to go. He might be a touch slower than he used to be, MVP, but he's still working as hard as ever. Wrapping up the body, shoulders down. That's fantastic from MVP, but still not enough to put Walter away with a counter one. That was fancy from MVP, and he's a guy that can certainly be quite exciting to watch in that regard. He balls out. You know, that's the thing about MVP. He's a baller. He's exciting, he's flashy, and what he does, he's not a guy who's going to fly off the top of the rope, but everything he does, he just puts a little bit extra spice on top of it, and you got to commend that from MVP. That's the thing, though. When you got a name like MVP, you've got to step up. You've got to live up to that name, and that's very difficult to do. MVP can do it, though, but tonight, you don't want to be the most valuable loser. That's the fact of the matter. You know, if you're going to be coming back, if you're MVP, you've got to pick up this win. You've got to beat Walter. As Walter with a sleeper from behind. Oh no, this is trouble. MVP's close to the ropes. Can he find a boot to it? Looks like he's going to have to try and break free of this hold. And he's able to get the grip to release. And headbutts him in the back of the head. Well, MVP, he's a smart man, but might have lost a couple of IQ points connecting the head with Walter's head. That's never a good move. As now, Northern Lights suplex, nicely done again. Well, Walter doesn't care about IQ. All he cares about is caving your chest in with a thunderous chop, throwing you around the ring, dominating you. That's what he can bring to the table. And I certainly believe Walter, if he can make it to the NXT roster, he'll be a very big force to be reckoned with. He certainly is no Cruiserweight. We won't have to worry about that division. But he might be a guy that you may have an eye on when it comes to the NXT Championship. He's He's got a bit of size to match up with some of the best. Perhaps only Lars Sullivan, really the only guy he's got to worry about when it comes to that size factor. As now Walter grabs him, the ring general, with a gut-wrench suplex. And MVP starting to feel the effects of this one. The veteran, he had a great start. The opening few minutes was fantastic for MVP, but now it's starting to catch up on him. Walter going about his work, dominating MVP. And this man, the Austrian nightmare, this guy is, he is going to be a real danger to anyone. He is the ring general, and he's certainly showing us that right now. He is controlling this match beautifully. MVP trying his best to stay in it. Up on the shoulders. Walter has him up, and oh! Head first, driven into the canvas, and that's got to be all for MVP. Walter, well, he may have just crushed the brains of MVP with that move. Walter picks up the win. MVP put up a great fight in the first few minutes, and I thought maybe we're going to see perhaps an upset. But MVP, the veteran at this stage of the game, just didn't have enough in the tank to match it with Walter for the full length of the match. He had a good few minute period, as I said, but as the match continued, Walter, his strikes would be too much for MVP to handle, and eventually caving his skull in with a beautiful move at the end of the match. Well, MVP, I'd love to see him again. I hope we can find another way to see MVP back on the roster. I'm not sure if we ever will, but he certainly impressed tonight for the few minutes that he was on top of this match. But Walter was too good. Walter is devastating. He is dominant, and he might be a force to be reckoned with here in NXT. The locker room is officially on notice. One final match for tonight's show. We have seen every title change hands in tonight's proceedings, and now there is just one match left. The NXT Championship on the line. Lars Sullivan, Andrade, EC3 all challenging Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. We heard from Adam Cole earlier on, and he basically said, look, I'm better than everyone here. He believes he's the best in NXT. He believes he's the best champion in NXT. He believes the Fatal 4-Way is unfair. He shouldn't have to be in it. And he even took a bit of a shot at Shawn Michaels as well. So we'll talk more about that in a moment's time as we focus on Andrade Cien Almas. No Zelina Vega to help him here tonight, as per the Fatal 4-Way rules, but so much to like about Andrade. But the fact of the matter is, Andrade's been in a slump. This is a man that really should be on top of the world right now. But he's only won 43% of his matches. That's not good enough. That is not good enough from a man of this talent. But the good news is, he beat Velveteen Dream to get into this matchup. He's got a big win under his belt. The confidence is starting to grow, and we're starting to see him get to his best. Well, here's my pick to win tonight. Lars Sullivan. This guy, he is a freak of nature. He is a man that will destroy everybody. We talked about Walter, how dominant Walter could be. Well, this guy has shown it against the best of the best here in NXT. Beat Aleister Black to be a part of this matchup, so clearly he is capable of beating the best of the best. Lars Sullivan's had a one-on-one opportunity for the championship in the past, but he failed. To put it lightly, he failed. Kyle O'Reilly grabbed the referee's leg as he hit the big slam to put the NXT champion away, but O'Reilly saved the day. So despite that, Lars Sullivan has been on a warpath. He has been a man on a mission to try and find a way to get his hands on Adam Cole to get his revenge. The fact of the matter is, Lars Sullivan lost. You know, he can't keep whining and complaining. He's got to move on. And I think we've just started to see Lars Sullivan move on in recent times. He's a scary man, Lars Sullivan. And if he can get everything together, he might be the man to beat in NXT. Well, Lars Sullivan, we talked about percentages. He currently boasts a 56% win record. EC3 comes into the match tonight with the best record out of the contenders. Only Adam Cole has got better than EC3. EC3, 73% win ratio. Adam Cole just a touch above 73, slightly beating EC3. Well, that kind of says it all, doesn't it? EC3, he's got the size, the power, the charisma, the style of a champion. He's got it all. But EC3, I think we talked about arrogance throughout the show. I think EC3 might have a little bit too much of it. He thinks he's in the top 1% of the world. Fair enough. You got to be if you're in NXT. You've got to be in that top percent. You've got to be in that top percent if you want to be champion. And tonight we're going to really prove and see if he is truly as good as he thinks he is. As we're going to shock the system. And oh my goodness, this crowd quite hostile towards Adam Cole, the NXT champion. Adam Cole in the building tonight. It has not been a great night for the Undisputed Era. A loss earlier on when they were beaten by the War Raiders. Now, Adam Cole wants to try and stop the run that the champions have been having tonight. Every title has changed hands. Adam Cole has been champion for a long time, since he beat Drew McIntyre to win the title. He has beaten everybody in his way, including Aleister Black, including Lars Sullivan. EC3 has put him through a table in the past. Andrade hasn't been good enough to challenge him. Well, our GM, Shawn Michaels, has tried to figure out a way to perhaps get the title of Adam Cole. If you want to ask Adam Cole, that's how he would put it. He believes Shawn Michaels does not like him because he's jealous of him. He wishes, Shawn Michaels, in Adam Cole's mind, Shawn Michaels, wishes he was as good as Adam Cole. I mean, that's a big statement to make. I don't know about that one, Adam, but, Adam Cole, he's quite full of himself. And, I mean, to be fair, he has beaten everyone in his way. Hook or by crook, sometimes he's done it fair and square. He has won his matches. So, to be fair to Adam, he's kind of got a bit of a case to make. Lars Sullivan almost took Adam Cole's head off, and Andrade takes out EC3. We're underway. Fatal 4-way. Well, Lars has gained a huge fan following. The fans have really supported Lars Sullivan through these issues with Adam Cole and the struggles that he's had. I think the fans would love to see him pick up a big win and truly prove that he is capable. Lars is, when we talked about Lars at the initial stages of his career, he was a man that was making silly mistakes. He was a guy who just didn't have the fundamentals down packed. He was green, to put it in lack of a better word. He was green. He didn't know what he was doing. He had the size, he had the power, but when it came to in ring, the technical little aspects of it, getting the little things right, the fundamentals, Lars Sullivan had no idea what he was doing. It was like Lars Sullivan had a calculator and still couldn't figure out 1 + 1. Lars Sullivan struggled. He just didn't, it was a fish out of water. He just didn't know what to do. But now Lars, he's had some experience, had some matches under his belt. He's approaching 20 matches in his Universe Mode career now. So clearly Lars has had enough time, he's had enough experience to truly learn the fundamentals. He's getting better at them, and we're starting to see Lars go from being a guy who will win maybe 4 out of 10 matches to a guy who will consistently start to gain wins time and time again, and it will start to push towards that 60% barrier of win percentage, I think, in the near future. So Lars Sullivan, he's certainly a guy to watch out for, and if he's not quite there yet, he will be very, very soon. I can guarantee you that. Andrade right now trying to come up the Lars, and this is a big step up from Andrade as a Hurricane Rana. EC3 working away on Adam Cole outside the ring near the barricade. We mentioned Andrade during his entrance and the struggles he's had and how disappointing he has been. Well, it's completely true. Adam Cole still steps there. Andrade, every time he was in a big match, just felt like he was going to lose. Just had no confidence that he was going to be able to pick up the win. And look, he beat Velveteen Dream, who I would have nearly bet my house on to beat Andrade in that match. Luckily, I didn't do that, otherwise I'd be homeless. But I think Andrade really showed us that we need to stop sleeping on him. I think we need to stop underestimating his ability, because Andrade, he can get it done. There's no disputing that. He's a man that is more than capable of producing those types of performances. But the fact of the matter is, he's got to produce these performances night in, night out. At the moment, he's boasting, 44% win ratio? That's probably a little bit inflated. I think in reality, the way I see Andrade, it's probably 30%. So he's got to really step up. And a Fatal 4-Way is not really the type of match that Andrade will be looking for to really prove his skills, because he may not even win this match. You know, he may not be involved in the decision. He may lose this match and have nothing to do with it. And that doesn't really prove to Andrade that, you know, he did something right or he did something wrong. You know, he's got to try and stay involved in the decision, I feel. A singles match in the future for the championship may not be out of his way, you know, but he's got to try and get there. He's got to try and do enough. And Cole, a bit of a hostile reaction to him here tonight. And I think the fans are getting a little bit tired of Adam Cole and his antics, cheating his way to victories. The Undisputed Era, they lost their tag titles earlier on. I think they were pretty happy about that. This audience, seeing somebody different, somebody new grab these titles and maybe run with it. It certainly has been a night for title changes, and one title remains here tonight. Adam Cole is probably in the toughest predicament out of everybody here tonight. He was clearly frustrated about this Fatal 4-Way, but it seems as though he's got a plan. You know, he realizes that he's got to stay as close to the action as possible. Be involved in the decision. Don't let anyone else... Well, at the moment, he's outside the ring as EC3 trying to win this thing. Adam Cole's got to get there. I don't know what was the referee doing. The referee wouldn't count to 3. He stopped his count. He saw Adam Cole coming and he just stopped. Oh, gee. Who's paying these referees? They're doing a terrible job tonight. Well, we better try and outsource a few new ones because this is just not quite good enough. The Cruiserweight Championship match, we had a crucial call. You know, that was blundered. And now this referee wasn't even going to count. What, did he get to 2 and he forgot what number came next? As now Andrade over the top of the rope there by EC3. Well, EC3, he can tell you how to count to 3. He knows the number 3. I can tell you that now. He's up top. EC3 lining up Andrade. Lars takes care of Adam Cole. EC3 double axe handle off the top. Lars Sullivan grabs a hold of Adam Cole. Well, he tried to, but Adam Cole countering. And a forearm into the corner. Now, we've kind of talked about everybody but EC3 so far. Well, EC3, he burst on the scene and he immediately made a major impact. We quickly realized that EC3 was the real deal. But again, a little bit like Tommaso Ciampa, suffered an injury. Had to go away for a little bit, come back, rehab the injury, came back, put Adam Cole through a table immediately on his comeback, and just let everybody know that yes, he is back and he is truly the real deal. So EC3 is a force to be reckoned with, no doubt. As here we go, the big freak slam there by Lars Sullivan. The freak is on display, but it won't be his night just yet. As Andrade taken out by EC3. Well, he's a freak. Lars Sullivan, some of the biggest hands you'll ever see. You know, he could probably grip a basketball with his hands, and that's quite impressive for a man who's about 6'3". Normally you say guys that are about 7 foot can do that, but his hands are that big that he can really almost just grab a hold of your entire face and crush it with one hand. That is what he can do. He's got the strength to do it as well. Lars Sullivan, you know, he's just as dominant as it gets. But I think the fact is he doesn't know how dominant he is. He doesn't know his own strength. He doesn't know how good he truly could be. I think he underestimates himself a little bit because he does lack that experience. We're starting to see Lars really step up and come into his own in recent times, which is great to see. Andrade tangled on the ropes, but he's okay now. He's coming back after EC3 with a snapman. Andrade using the ropes, and a kick right to the head of EC3. Fatal 4-Way rules, and it's all about picking your moments. Adam Cole said he's the best singles wrestler in NXT. Nobody can beat him in a singles match, and I gotta say, it's probably fair enough in saying that. So his idea, his strategy, is to try and make it a singles match. Take care of 2 men, focus on 1. It is a clear-cut strategy. It's a strategy that I would recommend everybody using in a Fatal 4-Way, but not everyone chooses to do so. EC3 with a powerbomb. Adam Cole forces Lars out of the ring and outside on to the padding that doesn't have a lot of give, to say the least. As Lars, tempted right hand, missing it. Andrade heads to the top now. What has the Idol got planned for us? Andrade dropping the elbow. Beautifully done. Hooks the leg. Referee position. And this time EC3 kicks out before the referee. I think he was going to count to 3 that time. So I think the referee has had a quick little reminder on how to count. And he's back figuring out his own basics. You talk about the fundamentals, and the referee's got to get his own fundamentals right. As Adam Cole, beautiful kick there, right to the face of Andrade. Adam Cole's going to decide where he goes next. Does he come after the Freak Show? Or does he look to maybe try and take care of the arrogant EC3? As, a suplex there. Andrade is certainly the underdog in this match, but he's got a lot to prove. You know, he certainly believes a lot in himself, and Zelina Vega hypes up Andrade to be the next big thing here in NXT, but the fact of the matter is, Andrade hasn't done much to really prove that. Whilst he's had all these opportunities, he has not really made the most of them, which is a real shame. I really believe Andrade could be a special champion, but he just hasn't been able to put it together. Andrade at the moment, he's watching on. It's a good strategy from Andrade. He's coming over now, but he was just letting Lars Sullivan go about his work, and Lars is now coming up to the top of the rope. And EC3 down inside the ring. Lars dropping the elbow on EC3. Nobody around. Lars Sullivan could win this match right here. Lars not going to do it. Must be thinking that the other two can't be too far away, and he was right. There's Adam Cole, shot to the midsection, and EC3 with a counter. Lars wasting a bit of time. We talked about silly mistakes. That's one of them. He's got to try and get that out of his game. As EC3 takes down Lars Sullivan, the one-percenter. Could this be it for EC3? He is the man to beat right now. He's got an impressive record. He's done it all. He believes he's 1% in NXT. He's got to prove it. Right now, Adam Cole, he's getting 100% of those strikes. Lars Sullivan trying to get back to his feet. Oh, hang on. Oh, right hand. Tried for a clothesline. Didn't quite get all of it. And now trying to keep Adam Cole grounded. Lars Sullivan, and we know he can have a really deadly headbutt. So he might look to try and do that. Right now, here's the hand. There's that vice grip that he's got, just wrapping it around the skull of Cole, who's trying to fight through it. Adam Cole able to do so. And now Lars. Oh, what about the teamwork? Andrade wrapped up the arm, and Adam Cole hit the big drop kick. Went for the super kick then. He missed that one. Not going to be a super kick party tonight. Oh, I changed my mind. Forget about that. Super kick. German suplex. EC3 up top. Can he get that range? I don't know. Oh, he got a little bit of it. Yeah, he probably got 1% of that. As now the cover, the hook of the leg. Will that be all? No. And now Lars Sullivan. Right hand there to eat. Oh! Went for the super kick with Adam Cole. And he got that one in the midsection that time. Oh, we're talking about a super kick party. Adam Cole's trying to bring it out. He's going for him. As Andrade trying to get up. EC3 went for a big knee. But everybody got in the way. Couldn't quite find it. And now Lars. He's fired up. And the jawbreaker there by Andrade there on EC3. Tossing him over the top of the rope. Down he goes. Lars, don't worry about him. Lars, just focus on Adam Cole. This is your chance. Likewise for Cole. He might have a chance to beat Lars Sullivan once again. Now picked up. Oh no. Drives the knee. And now slams him down. Oh my goodness. And now heads to the top. We're going to see that headbutt. Lars Sullivan. Look out. Oh, super kick. He went for it. I think he changed plans and perhaps thought about going for an elbow. And oh! It's broken up by EC3. The super kick from Adam Cole was perfect. Lars Sullivan was down. He was out. And Andrade and EC3 breaking it all up, realizing the match would have been over. We nearly had Adam Cole retain the championship again. We talked about it earlier on. Adam Cole said it's all about singles matches. Try and create a singles matchup within the four-way. He did so. Unfortunately, the other two weren't down long enough for him to capitalize. And oh, there's a big kick again. And EC3 goes down, and Adam Cole clears the ring. And this crowd, despite the fact they were hostile to him earlier on, they're cheering along with him. He's certainly got some fans, Adam Cole, whether you like him or hate him. I think this crowd starts to respect Adam Cole when he's getting the job done without the help of his cronies, the Undisputed Era. EC3 right now, right hands. Andrade, Hurricane Rana. to Lars Sullivan. And it's hard to pick a winner right now. Everybody's had their moments where they've been brilliant. Everyone's really showing what they're capable of doing. I think this match could really go either way at this point. Whoever gets in the ring first right now might have a big chance to win it. Andrade takes down Lars Sullivan again. EC3's throwing bombs, so is Adam Cole. They've got no interest in getting back in there. The Idol, Andrade, is just happy to taunt the fans right now. I really believe he's going to try and get him in another Hurricane Rana. Get Lars in there. He's done the prep work. Now it's time to shine. Now it's time to strike. Get him in there and hit the hammerlock DDT and win this thing. Lars into the ring post. EC3 and Andrade both taking a breather. You might, hey, just go in there yourselves. Fight each other. EC3's ready to go again. He's reloaded. He's ready to go. Adam Cole back inside the ring. Andrade, he wants to come with him. EC3 wants to go back to the top. He's a long way away, but he's found the distance. Great athleticism on display by EC3. Lars is back in. The nightmare has begun for Andrade. You don't want Lars following you around. The freak himself. As now, right hand. Nice combination there. The 1-2 strike there from Andrade. Andrade, what has he got planned now? He's in the corner thinking about his next move. There's a shoulder block takedown. Andrade is down. EC3. Trouble. Neck breaker. Sullivan trying to get back in. EC3 is in trouble here. And there is broken up by Lars Sullivan. Lars takes out the knee of Andrade and the referee. Well, I think the referee caught the majority of that. He looked like he might not be able to walk ever again. Hey, might not be a bad thing. This referee, not exactly the greatest of them all. But, let's hope the referee can get back to his feet soon because he's got to match the call here. And it's coming down to the wire right now. And Lars Sullivan is starting to show his scary power and his devastating strikes. Lars Sullivan, he would scare a blind man. That's for sure. That smile of his, he would scare anybody. EC3 in the right hand, blocked though by Andrade. And EC3 just trying to scrap away here right now. Lars and Adam Cole both trying to get to their feet at the same time. EC3 onto the ring post. Lars Sullivan going to grab a hold of him and does it again. Well, it's been a long match now. Everyone's starting to slow down a touch. Fatigue setting in. Who can get the stamina to go all the way and get the championship? Adam Cole's having a breather at the moment. Lars is going about his business. And Sullivan with a headbutt. Well, it's anyone's match at the moment. All four men deserve this championship. But the fact is, who's going to get their opponent in the middle of the ring? EC3's in. Lars going to the top. Lars with a mistake. EC3. What is he planning now? He's got Lars up with the shoulders. Oh my goodness. Samoan drop. Avalanche up the top. That may be the end of Lars. EC3 lining him up. Looking to strike him. But he won't get it. Andrade grabs a hold of Lars, tosses him to the outside instead. And now EC3 may look to do it to Adam Cole this time. Cole though from behind. And that could be the end of EC3's momentum push there. Drops the boot. Adam Cole's got EC3 alone. Will this be it for EC3? Adam Cole trying to lock the arm in. He's got the arm wrenched back with the armbar. And EC3 won't tap thanks to Andrade breaking it up. And now he gets a right hand as well. He's hurt though. EC3 grabbing a hold of the arm. He's hurting. And EC3. Oh no. Here we go. 1%er. EC3 hooks the leg. Lars is wailing on Adam Cole. Doesn't realize in time. And EC3 has done the unthinkable. The historic reign of Adam Cole has come to an end. The fatal four-way got the better of him. Cole was brilliant. But EC3, he chose the right opportunity. He chose the right time. And he put Andrade away. Lars was busy. He was too late, a second too late in breaking it up. and EC3. He is no joke on NXT. He's the real deal. Give him the respect he deserves. EC3 is the new NXT champion. Well, we have more NXT coming up your way in the near future, but that's all we have time for this edition of TakeOver. If you watch the entire show, let me know by putting the word TakeOver in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it as well, and subscribe to see more Universe Mode videos coming your way soon, including our next pay-per-view, which will be Fastlane. Insurgents are all on display at Fastlane, but it is Samoa Joe trying to defend the Universal Championship against Drew McIntyre. That's the match we are waiting to see. Randy Orton versus Braun Strowman in a steel cage match. Bobby Roode challenges John Cena for the IC title, and much, much more. Fastlane coming away next weekend here on BrendenPlayz. You don't want to miss that one, that is for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this episode of Universe Mode. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.